Hold on for one sec. I've got Professor Swaran Singh, Professor of International Relations at Jawaharlal Nehru University as well. Professor Swaran Singh, do you believe that we are now potentially headed to a degradation of diplomatic relations between the two sides?
So it seems that given the fact that to some extent both sides seems to be engaging with each other through media, this could lead to real derailment of relationship. But I assume there could also be possibility of certain amount of back channel conversations. We have had several mechanisms that connect two countries. But India will have to be very careful given the fact that we have had Osman Hardi's murder, another attempt being made on Mr. Sikdar, one Hindu gentleman was also lynched. So the things are really going out of hand, and in that sense, India will have to engage all stakeholders, including the interim government, and find out how can India help. At the same time, I think we have to be having much vigil on India's own border with Bangladesh, which, despite all efforts, remains porous in many ways, and that allows Bangladesh to sometimes, pander to certain extremist rumors about killers having gone to India and so on. So I think India will have to deal with this situation at multiple levels of dealing with the interim government, looking at the border management, and of course, to some extent, also beginning to think of regional possibilities of BIMSTEC, for example, or even United Nations if things go really out of hand. And India's interest is that elections happen on time, and if they happen fair and free elections, so that a government with popular mandate can come to take decisions and then take control of Bangladesh. And in that sense, if worst case scenario elections get postponed, then the radical extremists will have much more stronger voice in building the narrative, which is increasingly becoming anti-India. And those kind of radicalization will definitely give advantage to countries like China and Bangladesh, who would like to sort of encourage that kind of narrative in Bangladesh, which is not good for India, because we don't want to go to the situation.
Right, and so let me just bring in Mohammed Ishraq. Okay, Professor Swaran Singh, is there any evidence of that?
Well, there are
foreign affairs.
There are courts.
Half a second, Professor Swaran Singh, that's a question for you, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you, Vishnu. In fact, the Foreign Affairs Advisor, Tawhid Hussain himself, told the media today that though there are rumors of a certain kind of, for example, attack on their High Commissioner in Delhi, he himself used the words, "I have no evidence for this." So, that is the statement which should show us that Bangladesh doesn't have any real evidence. And I agree with you, it's not possible that a prime minister whose army said they could not provide her security in Bangladesh is today sitting in Delhi and is capable to orchestrate things in Bangladesh. It's very difficult imagination to have. And I think let's also underline, India did not, sort of steal her out of Bangladesh. A request came from Bangladesh to, ensure her physical safety, and India has very limited role in that. India has said it's only for her physical safety that India is providing her facility to be in India until she finds an alternative place for political asylum. And initially, discussion was happening that she could go to London until United States negatively reacted to it. And in long term, I'm sure India looks at that as a possible, outcome of this situation, where Sheikh Hasina could choose to go wherever she can, and India would be happy to facilitate that part. And I think that part is not often being appreciated by friends in Bangladesh, that India was not the country that took her out of Bangladesh. The situation was such that army itself could not ensure her safety. And, as a neighboring country, it's a responsibility if India can contribute to dousing certain kind of agitated minds by giving her a brief stay in the country. India did that.
All right, so I just want to keep